Jay Dunlap proclaims to all parties a full disclosure with a detailed ledger. No one responded. No one responded. In fact, Mike Kilty and Andrew Groshans ignore the disclosure. They tell Ryan Sullivan he's fired and set the trap for Dunlap to arrive at Arlington. Investor Robert Stanley foils the takedown operation. Dunlap discovers Mike Kilty and Andrew Groshans are using a false bank account and Mike Kilty's personal social security number and name.
This is my job. It is to keep Jay and Mike well informed, to make the money transparent, so they know what's going on. This is my job, and then solely, and then that night, Mike was like, all right, we're opening a new fucking bank account. I can't, blah, blah, blah. And then Sully was in here, and I don't know what to do. Oh, mission deposit or blah, blah, blah. So then he told Jay all of this shit. I don't have a problem. Jay is the owner. He helped. He's a big part of it, blah, blah, blah. He owns a mortgage company that makes tons of fucking money.
Mike said don't fucking worry about Jay. He'll take care of Jay.
What Mike says generally goes.
The discussion was, you opened an FMI at Ryan Sullivan because you thought he told me about it. He specifically told Andrew Groshans and Ryan Sullivan not to tell me about a new account.
I fired Ryan Sullivan for any number of reasons.
Dunlap then proceeds to buy out Marsha Hoffmeister for the $350,000 she is asking. Mike Kilty and Andrew Cutthroat Hoganson engaged Lanny Darr to appear at the foreclosure hearing in Illinois instead of the corporate attorney for Golf 255, Coffee Law Firm's John McCracken.
You spent $13,000 for some attorney to stroke you for something that I knew the corporation's attorney and everybody who knows anything about law knows was never going to be one because there is a Trump statute in Illinois. It's not like any other state. It's different, okay?
Lanny Darr files in as the corporate attorney for Golf 255 with no corporate resolution, unbeknownst to Jay Dunlap. When Lanny Darr leaves the courtroom, he negates to file the necessary paperwork to keep the case open, defaulting the case into foreclosure. Dunlap re-engages the corporate attorney at a $20,000 expense, only to fight Andrew Cutthroat Hoganson and Michael Kilty, who are dismissing the same attorney proclaiming Mike Kilty as president of Golf 255. At Andrew Cutthroat Hoganson's corporate meeting on the 27th, I gave them the opportunity to re-engage Coffee Law Firm.
You come in with $13,000 and told you whatever the fuck you...
Well, hold on. So what do you need to do?
Well, I was trying to get a stay of, what do you call it?
I'll tell you just
Through McCracken.
from
See if that
talking
would
to
work.
Lanny Darr, maybe there just isn't a whole lot of, from my perspective, legitimate legal basis to defend the suit, and that we put that over to the attorneys over there.
Of which they had never researched the case, and their only intention was to pitch me into bankruptcy or to sign a corporate resolution for bankruptcy.
That's it. That's your dad still have any kind of control? Because he's president. I'm not preaching at you. I'm fucking just giving you a strategy. What you have to do is you say, Dad, if you really trust this guy, don't tell him. Let me talk to him. Let me figure it out. You retain the presidency of that corporation because you're in control. That guy doesn't know shit from fucking Shiola.
When Mike Kilty's second coup attempt hits a brick wall...
Come here. Hey.
Yeah.
He didn't realize that Lance was my son.
Are you shitting me?
No. Here's Lance. They had no idea Lance was my son.
Wow.
The guy that was supposed to be his hitman. And listen to this shit. Hey, what's up, bud?
What's up, dude?
Fucking, I want to teach you a little tape recording up.
Yeah.
Can you bring that over and see me? Because this guy wants to fucking have a sit down with me.
Awesome.
You know what I'm saying? And they call me, and that guilty guy, fucking, my buddy called me, he says, man, out of respect to you, he goes, I didn't know that, we said they didn't know that was your dad, this, that. He wants to have a sit down with you, talk a bunch of shit on you. I was like, fucking, well, look here, man. I said, that's fine, Dad. Because I'm going to hear both sides of any story before I make a decision, you know what I mean? I said, so if you can bring me that, instead of me trying to fucking, decipher what he was saying, you can hear it yourself. How's that?
Perfect. I'll be in 20 minutes.
I'll put my fucker in my Sign roll.
I'll be there in 20 minutes.
Alright, just later.
In a nutshell, Jay Dunlap is the biggest piece of shit I've ever met in my entire life. He's just a cunt. He's a fucking sniggling fucking cunt. No, I can't express how much I hate the guy.
Well, that's why I'm here listening to what you got to say. Because, you know, he believes in this guy.
I'm gonna burn this motherfucker's ass. I got 12 days. I got 12 days to get myself more time. You give me time. You want to see a devious motherfucker that's connected? You want to see what I can do to a man? You just don't kill him yet, okay? Let me fucking set the... And I don't want you to kill him at all. Just send him to fucking prison Maine. But you will see what the apparatus that I can put into place to fuck this guy.
Mike Kilty's plan was never to save Arlington. Mike Kilty's plan is to do the bidding of Carol A. Doyle, Chief Federal Bankruptcy Judge, Chicago. 8 more days. Surveillance hits pay dirt. Documents, phone recordings, and multiple emails with all the goods attached. Operation 10-4. Locked and loaded. An involuntary bankruptcy is created by the same authors of the regular bankruptcy, plus one more. Chief Federal Taco-Eating Treasonous Judge Laura K. Grandy. Fake loans, fake claims, all documents withheld from Nick Jakich. And 8 days before they're going to hit him with the 44. The only thing Nick has heard about bankruptcy is the sit-down recording of a cocaine dealer pushing drugs on his son at his 20-plus year place of business and in front of his employees entering the office. Nobody contacts Nick.
Were you advised that Golf 255 Inc. was going to file a voluntary petition for bankruptcy?
Yes, I was. On that date in October when I showed up at your office at about 11:30, actually Don Samson sent me over to your office. That's it. That's your dad still have any kind of control? Because he's I'm not preaching at you. I'm fucking just giving you a strategy. What you have to do is you say, Dad, if you really trust this guy, don't tell him. Let me talk to him. Let me figure it out. You retain the presidency of that corporation because you're in control. Because if you don't talk your dad into doing the bankruptcy.
Multiple demands are made for stolen documents. 7 days. New marching orders for the troops. Everything converts to an involuntary bankruptcy. 6 days to go. The Jakich family declines a suggestion for bankruptcy. SCARdic loses occupation permanently.
What is that retarded friend of yours going to learn? The truth will prevail. And the fact of the matter is, he is A1 cunt.
Mike Kilty retaliated in true SCARdic form, terrorizing my businesses and properties, especially in St. Charles, where he's groomed his cocaine gang of crooked cops and judges. Even with 2 offices surrounding the courthouse in St. Charles, nothing was safe. Christy Kilty was another favorite of Mike Kilty. Out of work single mom. Again, no resume. And what do I get? Another cocaine dealer pushing drugs right inside my office and using my payroll to fund it. The Kiltys then used my own guys that had become addicted to the cocaine to break out the windows on my own properties. 18 was tore apart from the inside. Christy Kilty went through my lenders, calling them, telling them the FBI was shutting me down. I don't know who the CEO is from one lender, but the Kiltys had him in my office stealing original files. Listen to this genius. Says he's a CEO of a company and decides I have no rights. Hey Craig, it's Jay Dunlap here. I'm on my office phone and speakerphone. I got Rick and Matt from First National Mortgage Source. I just got to my office and they're looks like they're boxing up files, which is fine. I already instructed them not to touch anything until I got here. And also, I told them I needed to make copies of anything that was here that they were taking.
Right.
So I just got here, and it looks like they're taking files out of my cabinets, which...
Put them on the phone.
They're on speakerphone. They're in my office.
Hey, you guys, we have a legal right. I'm the attorney for Jay. We have a legal right to have copies of these files before you haul them off to Kansas. And we are insisting that we be given the opportunity to copy the files that you are proposing to take. We have sent you
copies of the files, so you have the copies for possession. And I'm insisting that we have the opportunity to copy the files and not be deprived of copies.
This is Breck Brown. I'm the CEO of First National Mortgage Sources. I should advise you this is actually an internal matter, and Mr. Dunlap does not have the privilege of having counsel present for this.
Carol Doyle is talking to a lawyer I don't have yet. Mike Kilty files McCracken and hires Don Samson. I get a lawyer, they tell me I don't get to have one. Do you see why I record all this?
Well, you're absolutely wrong. He has the right to have a counsel present, and you're sitting right now on private property. You're not sitting in property that belongs to your company.
That is correct.
And you're trespassing, and you can't invade property and seize files. You will be, you're trespassing. It's a criminal offense, man.
Would you like to let me speak for 2 seconds? I have 2 comments to make. First, yes, of course, we can be asked to leave, and we gladly will. This is not our property. That is correct and factual. The files, however, that bear First National Mortgage Sources' name are our property.
All right, but you don't have a right to come onto the property and take them without a court order.
That's fine. That's all I need to hear.
Is the opportunity to copy what you're taking.
Are you taking the legal advice here?
Yes, I'm taking my legal advice.
So you're refusing us to take the files with us today?
No, I'm telling you exactly what he said. I need adequate time to make copies of these files. I asked you not to touch anything until I got here.
I tell you what, we're leaving the premises right now. I think Mr. Dunlap has just made very clear his position on this, and we will take next step actions as deemed appropriate. If you so wish to comply, you can certainly get us copies of every single file that bears FNMS's names, total and complete, in our corporate headquarters by tomorrow.
Here's what I'm instructing Jay to do. All right, we need to make copies.
Actually, I'm done with the conversation.
And you have the right to have the originals after we make the copies.
We're done with the conversation. That's where it's at. So, thank you for your time, sir.
All right.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
It is Nick Jakich. What's going on?
What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on?
I was trying to get together with y'all at 1:30 today. I had everything set up. I never got a call back.
Well, didn't you talk to my brother? Our accountant was over there in Clayton, and he said he was willing to meet you over there.
Oh, I understand that, but I had my accountant, my lawyer, everything set up for 1:30, and then my lawyer had his family in-laws come in town. I mean, I'll meet the guy tomorrow. If she wants me to meet him in his office in Clayton, I'll meet him in his office in Clayton. If he wants
No,
to
how about
my
this,
attorney's
man?
office in Clayton. I have a law office in Clayton.
How about this?
You know?
How about this? You just go on and make copies of them books. I'll just come to your house and pick them up, and I'll do it myself. Well, I'll be by myself. All right. I need to see those books. I mean, but you've been telling me that for 3 days, Mike. Come on now. We're trying to do a gentleman's agreement here. Jay stepped out. I'm asking you to do the same thing. You're not going to be a part of this golf course. You don't own any of it. You're not going to be.
I don't want to be a part of the golf
Okay,
course.
then. Just do what I'm asking you to do, bud.
For everything that I've done.
Compensated. Well, what have you got into this place? What have you given my dad as far as cash? How much have you given him? Can you show me where you paid him anything?
What have we paid him?
Yeah.
I think we paid him 10 or 15 grand.
Well, where's that documented? I need that. I'm trying to get this deal together for Thursday. Do you understand? I need to have this put together. And I've got that taken.
September 1st on is when I took the books over.
Okay. Show me where you put money into the golf course. I need to see that. And like I said, you will be compensated. I thought we had
The value of the stock shares isn't directly correlated to the money I put into the course.
Oh, it's not. So you think that you think that by just stepping in there and running this golf course for my dad that you're going to be compensated $200,000 or whatever you asked the other night for these shares? You're crazy, Mike. I mean, come on. We had a gentleman's agreement, and now you're going to go against that? I mean, you shook my hand and looked me in the eye, and now you're going to renege on the whole deal? I mean, come on.
I took $200,000 is reasonable. I'm over $100,000 in the hole on this thing.
Well, you show me, you give me those books, and you...
$3,000 Jay stolen from me?
Hey, well, that'll all come out in the wash. Do you understand that? I need those books to figure that out. My accountant has been waiting for him. He's been to our golf course twice today. Now you want us to meet on it? You know, look, your dad's called down to the golf course asking who's done it. What's that all about? He has no business down there, period. None of you guys. It's not your golf course. It was never your golf course. It's not going to be your golf course. You're not going to get this golf course. Then, goddammit, give me the books and be a gentleman about it. Okay? I mean, we don't want to go through any legal fucking channels to get this taken care of. I don't want that. I don't want that, and you don't want that.
I am going to use legal channels.
Okay, that's fine.
Because Jay he's robbed me.
Well, that's between you and Jay. That's not, that has nothing to do with me, bud. You understand that? I'm trying to save this golf. Listen to me. I'm trying to...
All along, I thought that this money's being spent on bills, and that this money's being put away for the winter, okay? And here I am with a $40,000 credit card bill that she never paid. Here I am, I'm stuck with a $30,000 or $40,000 in legal fees that he's not going to pay. You know, and I'm out another $45,000. Plus,
what do you mean another $45,000? You know, it's strange.
I practice part-time. I lost money this summer going and getting that golf course up and running and not practicing. I went from making $50,000 a month to $20,000 a month.
That was your mistake. Nobody made you stop practicing. You didn't need to be there 24/7. You know that as well as I do. You had somebody there managing the place. That's why the guy's called a manager. Do you understand that? I mean, do you think that I don't know how this golf course operates? You know, I ran the outside. I went out there yesterday, and boy, what I found out there that you guys haven't taken care of is sickening. There ain't a dime in the fucking account. You're fucking at least $45,000 behind on bills.
I figured I gotta get some internal controls because I want to keep this a course. I'd love to have run this as a course. This is a cash cow.
Oh, I know that.
Okay, and run properly.
Golf course won't take care of.
If you look out there, it's the money. Since I got back into it, I'm the one that paid off all the bills, gives them all the money because that course is what's going to bring the people.
Do you realize that the goddamn seed got repossessed out there last week? The seed from Supreme Turf. Do you know how disgusting that is for a fucking superintendent to have that happen to him? I mean, come on, Mike. I don't care. You and Jay together, something stinks. And I'm not pointing a finger at either one of you. I'm pointing it at both of you. Do you understand? And if you think that my family's gonna, I'd appreciate it if you'd let me finish saying what I'm saying, Mike. And if you think that my family's going to hand over a chunk of change to you, that you fucking after you fucking rape the fucking place, you're crazy. Now be a gentleman. Hand over the books, let it come out in the wash, and face what you got coming. You're not getting a part of the golf course. This fucking foreclosure thing I have taken care of, but I need those books to have that shit lined up for Thursday. And now all you're doing is dragging your feet. I can see what you're trying to pull, and you're not going to get away with it. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
I'll have the books ready for you tomorrow morning.
I would like to get copies of them this evening. My accountant is waiting for them. He has been to the course twice today. Please, be a gentleman about this, Mike. Like the agreement we had. We shook hands, we looked each other in the eye, and we made the agreement, right?
Yeah, we made an agreement.
Okay, then please hold up to your end. No, we're going to sit down. My accountant's going to look through the books, and when he's got questions, you can bring. Hey, believe me,
he's going to get them to your email right now.
I'd like to get them as fast as possible. You know, you've already burned up 2 days, Mike. You've already wasted 2 days, and I can tell what you're trying to do, and it sticks out like a turd in a punch bowl. If I have to come to your home, that's fine. That's not a problem. I'm not coming over there for any confrontation. I just want the books, man. You know, I don't want there to be any ill.
Right now, and I'll see if I can get them emailed to you, and I'll call you right back. Okay?
Okay, I'd appreciate it, Mike. Please.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Nick Jakich was contacted on his cell phone the morning of October 10th. Federal Regional Trustee, Don Samson, informed him his paperwork was at his office. Upon arrival, I requested all of Nick's documents to be returned, only to be informed there was none. Most federal regional trustees keep supporting information for bankruptcy filing involving bankruptcy schedules. Don Samson is not one of them. 24 hours to go. Night vision on.
Not tonight.
There she is. No, we're doing a study of crazy people parking in the garage. We're gonna see if we can find 2 out of 3 cars that are parked really whacked out. So I'll play this back for the morning because one of them is really fucked out. I'll take care of it. Okay. Chandra. That's 1. Maybe we'll give her, just give her 2 for 1 on that one. Let's give her buy one, get one free. That's fucked up. Oh, look at this. The old Dunlap right there in the Tahoe. The line of the divider in the garage, never crossed. Yeah, oh, what's this? We got a 23-inch wheel hanging out the side. And if you look at the Tahoe, oh, hey, wait a minute. Let's see what happens when you open the Range Rover door. Oh, okay. Do we recognize a series of events here? Range Rover? Chandra? Oh, that's the mark. Alright, just clarifying the point. And we'll go back to see our victim. It's a damn good thing she's so fucking cute. Pardon? You do? I call my voicemail for 10 minutes?
Yes.
Hi, cutie.
Stop it. Bye.
You should see it. You should see it. You're so cute. In the state of Illinois, it is not illegal to file a false foreclosure. It is only illegal if you get caught wrongfully foreclosing on the listing. Normal people just pay their bills and never find this out. But when the largest privately held financial institution in southern Illinois is stealing all your marital assets and selling John Honchek's store to Walmart, simple laws become weaponized. Legal disclosures of financials show Arlington Golf Course has a factual mortgage maturity date of 2018. The president of the Bank of Edwardsville has been servicing a false loan. The forensic breakdown confirms a few points of common sense. 1. The banks do not operate in capacity on Sundays. 2. Backdating a notary is only done for the purpose of fraud. A notary cannot backdate, even if a document is backdated. 3. When your loan renewal is printed in a Word program and your lender name becomes a 3-letter abbreviation, it's about to get ugly. 4. When your CPA opens a company having the same 3 letters your bank chose, it's past ugly. You're getting royally fucked. 5. When your wife fakes another note on your home and the same CPA fakes your income, fakes your W-2, and commits lender fraud on you, it's time to call the A-team.
If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-team.
Just as discussed on October 6th at the golf course in a corporate meeting held with all parties present, Jay Dunlap presented the funds for the purchase of the golf course at the sale. However, SCARdic, in true coward form, wasn't anywhere near the courthouse. Once again, he put all the right people in all the right places. His money man, president of Allegiant Bank, Terry Alexander, was there for the steal. I went straight over to him, flashed the real cash. He left without even taking a moment to meet Nick and Lance Jakich, the family he was conspiring with a cocaine dealer to rob. Terry Alexander ran out of the courtroom telling Ken Kilty, the stub hiding in the hallway, that the plan was a bust, mumbling he should have never got involved in this. Ken Kilty then signals over to a man in the middle of the room, jumping up saying, Golf 255 Inc. has filed bankruptcy. This guy's got no name. This guy's got no record of who he is. This guy's got no authorization. Golf 255 Inc. did not file bankruptcy. Golf 255 never declared bankruptcy. All this was done to deny rightful ownership to the man who was present in the room. So how can Golf 255 Inc. be bankrupt, or in this case, involuntarily bankrupt? Let's start by looking at the claims. Claim 1. Mike Kilty.
Because if you don't talk your dad into doing a bankruptcy.
Does your dad still have any kind of control?
Because he's president. I'm not preaching at you, I'm fucking just giving you a strategy. What you have to do is you say, Dad, if you really trust this guy, don't tell him. Let me talk to him. Let me figure it out. You retain the presidency of that corporation because you're in control. Well, I have a $32,000 bill that hasn't been paid for American Express. I put $45,000 into this, 15 in May, 30 in June. I've gotten $43,000 out of it. I'm -2 here. Oh, well, he's only paid me back $30,000.
And here I am with a $40,000 credit card bill that she never paid, that he's not going to pay, and I'm out another $45,000. Here I am, I'm stuck with a $30,000 or $40,000 in legal fees. He admitted to her, though, that he'd spent all summer out there and didn't work on his practice. What an idiot that is.
Okay? I took 2.5 months off my practice. Bill Walker's the dumbest son of a bitch I've ever met. Holy shit. Yeah. This golf course, of course, whether I own it or not, I've got a guy with Fortune Frontier Homes out of Colorado, the guy I was telling you about that we were out there, that is going to come in here and do a development with me. I got a banker here from St. Charles that's going to funnel all the money and get everything done. And bankruptcy will facilitate all of that, every fucking bit of it. But Jay says, nope, I want that foreclosure in 12 days. 12 days, because I need the fucking money. That's why.
He's a quick dude. He's kind of guy.
I don't need the fucking money. I put $45,000 into this, 15 in May, 30 in June. I've gotten $43,000 out of it. I'm -2 here. Okay? I took 2.5 months off my practice. I was working part-time practice, 70 hours a week here, getting everything running, getting it all into shape, trying to get all the right people into fucking place.
Yeah, he put all the right people in all the right places. Like Mike Torville for $7,000. And then he turns around and wants to fight me all coked up out of his mind because he's soliciting cocaine to my employees. All the right people. He put them there.
He now said that he put in how much? $50 or $60,000 of his own money, and he wrote personal checks to you. So apparently,
and you know what? If I'm lying, you're going to find out. Right. You will find out.
Oh yeah, it's all going to come out in the wars.
Sure it will, but I am not lying. That's one thing I don't do. I don't lie. I won't lie.
Are you personally owed any money?
Yes, I am.
How much are you owed?
I'm owed approximately $28,000.
And what was that money owed for?
There's $15,000 I put into the operating account in May, I believe May 18th, prior to us taking over the company, and then on or about June 15th, I put another $30,000 that was put through the company account as well. And due to the fact that when we took over the business, there was no credit. I mean, the business, they'd gone to the wishing well too many times. So I started opening accounts on my American Express business card to provide for services, such as the fuel, and the other $5,000 that's remaining after that, what I have not been paid back, would be the remainder that has not been paid back to me for my American Express card.
I'm going to refrain from disputing Mike Kilty's dialogue and just stick to the agreed facts here. 1. Mike Kilty says he is owed $28,000 and it is all accounted for on his American Express account.
What I have not been paid back would be the remainder that has not been paid back to me for my American Express card.
Federal trustee Robert Fuck You Eggman testified that as trustee of the bankruptcy estate, he reviewed the balance sheets of Golf 255 Inc. that indicated that Mike Kilty was owed $11,600. How does Mike Kilty testify with a Golf 255 accountant
Now, who doesn't work for Jay anymore? I'm gonna burn this motherfucker's ass.
and a printed balance sheet showing $28,000?
I'm owed approximately $28,000.
Robert Fuck You Eggman could have only received information from 4 sources. 1. Mike Kilty. 2. His accountant, Andrew Groshans. 3. Federal trustee, pretending to be attorney, Donald Samson. 4. Nick Jakich. Okay, let's follow the money. Kilty testifies. His information's on a list put together by this guy, who he says spent several hours going over all the creditors so as to prepare an adequate petition for the voluntary bankruptcy I had expected to have filed prior to October 12th. The schedules constructed by Donald Samson do not have any debt to the American Express. This document was constructed and it was attempted to have been signed on October 10th. This is all the paperwork Nick Jakich has to fight with. Together, the 3 of these not your amigos have taken all of Nick's documents, constructed a full bankruptcy and a sale contract to Collinsville, never contacting Nick. The only paperwork Nick Jakich has ever received prior to trial is the 10-10 schedules used to ambush him for his signature. All 3 of these men have been served notice to return his documents prior to trial. Don Samson was put on public notice in front of an attorney as admitted conflicted counsel just 4 days ago. The only paperwork Nick Jakich has ever received prior to trial is the 10-10 schedules provided by Don Samson to ambush him for his signature. Nick Jakich was contacted on his cell phone the morning of October 10th. Federal Regional Trustee Don Samson informed him his paperwork was at his office. Don Samson did not know Jay Dunlap was coming for the ride. Upon arrival, I requested all of Nick's documents to be returned, only to be informed there was none. Most federal regional trustees keep supporting information for bankruptcy filing involving bankruptcy schedules. Don Samson is not one of them. Nowhere in his possession were any documents or supporting information concerning the $28,000 claim from Mike Kilty or the $11,600 claim from Robert Eggman. On October 10th, there was no Amex debt. The very proof of the Amex debt not existing is in Nick's hand, his only document to court, the schedules printed out on 10-10. Federal Regional Trustee Don Samson, who was formally dismissed for admitted conflict openly in public in front of an attorney 4 days prior, violates Nick Jakich's right to counsel to conceal his own role in constructing the fraud. Don Samson, not providing the right to non-conflicted counsel or fraudulently conspiring legal counsel, has made no effort to obtain any discovery of the expenses being charged to Golf 255 Inc. for the claim of Mike Kilty's $28,000. Co-conspirator, Federal Trustee Don Samson. Federal Trustee Robert Fuck You Eggman. And Mike Kilty are withholding all disclosures, documents, and accounting from Nick Jakich for only one reason: to commit fraud. Mike Kilty only intended to steal Arlington through drug connections.
You know, I've known him for a long time. That's why when he called me, I was like, hey, if he's got something to say, I'll listen.
Political influence.
It's fucking like one of the most prominent attorneys in St. Charles County, knows all the fucking judges, family name, political, all that shit.
And posturing as an attorney, Mike Kilty squawking brought him up to Chicago, where renowned taco-eating treasonous Chief Federal Justice Carol A. Doyle informed Mike Kilty of the lowdown on her hoedown with the Bank of Edwardsville. Two reasons I can think of for the three not your amigos to hide these credit card statements. 1. Accounting. 2. Actually being placed in the physical proximity of a chief federal bankruptcy judge matching the same name as those emails conspiring to have me arrested and eliminated.
Moreover, I'm going to the feds. He's going to go to federal prison. Mark my word, he fucked with the wrong man.
Mike Kilty is not a taco eater. Let's just Google the zip code DeMo's Cantina and see if Carol A. Doyle makes a match. Bingo. Now let's get back to the accounting. I have 2 full payment proof confirmations, along with 2 full and complete American Express statements. Mike Kilty says he's owed $28,000. Federal Trustee Robert Fuck You Eggman testified to the judge at trial $11,600. Nick Jakich will tell you Golf 255 Inc. never owed Mike Kilty, and nobody ever requested or authorized the use of his personal credit. I will tell you, just like everything you will see in Executive Order 0631728, it is 100% fake, fabricated, and part of the master plan. Robert Fuck You Eggman, Federal Trustee, Principal of his firm, top 50 St. Louis super lawyer, must be capable of reading English, along with the advanced skill of arithmetic. Mike Kilty, America's premier child molester protector, partnering in with the St. Louis super firm. Appearances with media moguls Larry King, Anderson 360. Mike Kilty must have English and arithmetic in his wheelhouse. Of these 2 powerhouses, one of them has got to be competent. Let's run down the numbers and do a little nose-to-nose super lawyer battle. Receiving no information prior to trial and withheld from Nick by the usual suspects, I'm providing the chart as shown here. With it, I am able to recreate an audit using 2 of the complete statements. For the purpose of resolution, I will yield to the data electronically contained and submitted in this stolen computer. Yeah, I said stolen. But Federal Trustee Robert Fuck You Eggman certified the authenticity when challenged in court proceedings. If Mike Kilty would have been president of Golf 255 Inc. at any time on or before October 5th, 2006, he would have done the same thing he did with the state court to throw it into bankruptcy in the first place. He would have just signed as president of Golf 255 Inc.
McCracken's a fucking idiot. That guy doesn't know shit from fucking Shiola.
He could have signed a corporate resolution any time prior to October 6th.
Because if you don't talk your dad into doing the bankruptcy, that's it.
Does your dad still have any kind of control?
Because he's president. I'm not preaching at you, I'm fucking just giving you a strategy. What you have to do is you say, Dad, if you really trust this guy, don't tell him. Let me talk to him. Let me figure it out. You retain the presidency of that corporation because you're in control.
2 days prior to October 6th, plans were set in place to perform an involuntary bankruptcy. This was Mike Kilty's backup plan if Lance Jakich and Nick Jakich failed to believe his story.
What Mike tells me, your word is gold, and your honor comes first. That's right. And I'm the same way. And that's why I wanted to talk to you, because if you don't talk your dad into doing the bankruptcy, I'm going to have to do what I have to do to Jay.
As part of the involuntary bankruptcy backup plan, Kilty's whole debt to his American Express is fabricated on October 5th in QuickBooks. Surveillance shows, as part of the backup involuntary bankruptcy plan, Kilty's entire debt of his American Express is fabricated on October 5th in QuickBooks. This is why Don Samson has no records of this debt also.
Everything that I've done is very forthcoming.
See again the bankruptcy schedules constructed and solicited on October 10th. See again Kilty's testimony testifying to being ready to file a voluntary bankruptcy. If Mike Kilty was ready to file a voluntary bankruptcy, then why was he also preparing an involuntary bankruptcy behind it?
There's an accountant now who doesn't work for Jay anymore.
I'm going to burn this motherfucker's ass. I got 12 days. I got 12 days to get myself more time. You give me time. You want to see a devious motherfucker that's connected? You want to see what I can do to a man? You just don't kill him yet.
After colluding with conspirators, Chief Federal Bankruptcy Judge Laura Grandy and Trustee Don Samson, Mike Kilty's American Express debt was constructed on October 5th. According to Kilty's testimony, Andrew Groshans selected and input this data. This data consists of 4 months entries. You can see these 4 months on the top row of audit. June, $4,320.71. July, $8,847.99. August, $2,755.15. September, $7,280.52. I understand this is slightly less than the $28,000 loaded into the general ledger. I will address that momentarily also. In the below area, you can see my audit reflected in the 2 billings that were available. Remember, this Amex audit chart gives the absolute maximum amount of declared charges without auditing individual expenses. We're allocating the universal maximums and still coming up with over $6,000 in credit. If you open the charges that they're expensing, dinner at Palomano's, $850. Vodka, $2,000 for a Colorado assault. They're going to charge me for trying to impale me and crushing my teeth out. And I get to pay for it? Vodka. Palomano's, $230 for dinner. Vodka. Nightclubs, $530. Mike Kilty's personal credit report service. Vodka. Moe's Tacos with Carol A. Doyle. You mean to tell me the good citizens of this country are contributing over $250,000 a year in salary to this woman, and she's going to charge me to conspire to commit bankruptcy fraud and put $1 million price tag on my head, and I get to pay for it? Come on, man. Vodka. It just doesn't stop. So other than actually auditing the expenses, just giving them allocation for the maximum universal allowable claimed, this audit chart is based off the QuickBooks data screen logged on October 5th, showing each individual month total. October 4th, October 5th, October 6th are all critical dates. October 4th is the congregation for the involuntary bankruptcy. October 5th is the date of the audit sheet for the American Express, showing each individual month. October 6th, Mike Kilty's family was evicted from Arlington, and even though they continued to operate, adjustments to the Amex ledger were minimum. The significance of October 5th for this data entry of the American Express ledger is October 5th is the day immediately following the October 4th midweek conference. Chief Federal Bankruptcy Judge Laura Grandy forgot to bill for her services. These services took place over a week before Mike Kilty testified to meeting, or so was their alibi set in Kilty's direct testimony in open court. October 5th surveillance, you can also see the same person performing this certified data entry has actively begun solicitation to co-conspirators and vendors with full intent to file an involuntary bankruptcy. Now that we have established the American Express debt was engineered specifically for an involuntary bankruptcy, let's review the facts. Fact 1. The 10/10 October ambush does not have American Express charges in the schedules. Fact 2. The American Express ledger engineered using Mike Kilty's American Express charges after an undisclosed involuntary bankruptcy consultation with Laura Grandy. Why would the President have a completed bankruptcy prepared on September 27th and be working on an involuntary bankruptcy on October 4th? Both Mike Kilty and Regional Federal Trustee Don Samson are seasoned attorneys. Disclosure of Don Samson not being the Golf 255 Inc. attorney is stated for the very fact that there is no corporate resolution signed by the president of Golf 255. See November 18th email. Fact 3. The October 5th QuickBooks audit by Andrew Groshans leaves a credit of $6,192.77, meaning there is a discrepancy to Robert Fuck You Eggman of $17,792.77, and a discrepancy to Mike Kilty of $37,608.67. Fact 4. Nick had no corporate representation for Golf 255 Inc. at trial. The 10/10 schedules were present at trial, verifying the crime in action. Don Samson had no exhibits or case prepared. No discovery was ever done to verify these debts. Don Samson just kept showing up to court, preventing other attorneys from being able to sign on our case. Anybody we do get to enlist will end up reversing their decision after Federal Trustee Robert Fuck You Eggman lies to them about a bar complaint being filed against him, when really the bar complaint was filed against his co-conspirator and cocaine supplier, Mike Kilty. I'm just going to highlight reel the bar complaint. The full Monty is available for download. Mike Kilty was just waiting to jack up my legal status. He pulls my case from one judge to another judge that he knows, while advancing the date of notice at the same time. It's another Darkstate setup. By advancing my court date without notice, I will default my driver's license for a year. And mind, this ticket is from his jump out boys where he set me up. It took me almost 3 months to collect all the documents, forcing the state to reverse the default. You can see what I sent. You see Mike Kilty's name throwing his accomplices to back his story. Federal Trustee Robert Fuck You Eggman, Andrew ISIS Cutthroat Hoganson. You don't see Carol A. Doyle, but I'll bet if I hacked their server, I could find her there too.
Message sent Friday, January 12th at 8:03 p.m.
Hey, I just saw Chandra on the porn site. It was a really good time. Yeah, I had a couple buddies that fucked her too. And you know your fucking mom have in common? You both know what your dad's cum tastes like. Hey, have a great time, buddy.
End of message. To delete this message, press 7 to save it.
You know, Jay must be a bigger fucking cunt than I thought he was. I just got a gas filter in Nebraska. What's this where Chandra spooled up fucking a bunch of shitbag niggers? I'm not fucking paying this, you dumb fucking piece of shit. Tell her to go fucking some of her Mexican crackheads, okay? But I ain't paying that fucking bill. I'm done being fucking nice. Right now, I'm gonna rub your fucking noses in shit until I bleed you fucking dry and you get the teeth from in federal fucking prison, you faggot motherfuckers.
To replay this message,
at 8:26 p.m. Hey, Ryan, my guilty two things. Just gonna wish myself congratulations and ask you, I was wondering if you could tell Jay how many of your baseball buddies have fucked Chandra. Have a good one, brother.
to send a reply message, press 2. To read
Jay must be a bigger fucking cunt than I thought he was. I just got a gas filter in Nebraska. What's this where Chandra spooled up fucking a bunch of shitbag niggers? I'm not fucking paying this, you dumb fucking piece of shit. Tell her to go fucking some of her Mexican crackheads, okay? But I ain't paying that fucking bill. I'm done being fucking nice. Right now, I'm gonna rub your fucking noses in shit until I bleed you fucking dry and you get the teeth from in federal fucking prison, you faggot motherfuckers.
to replay this message.
Oh, I will go clockwise here.
Okay.
Because Jay and I got to, we'll go start with preface with the whole story. Two drunk Irishmen got together and one asked the other, if you ever wanted to make money, give him a call. We'll give him something what you call, and the rest is history. Now, with Jessie, she's had her trials and tribulations with both myself and Jay over the last year plus. I've made her laugh and made her cry. But through it all, when I wasn't there for her to lean on, she'd lean on Jay, and Jay was always there and always gave me confidence and security to know that he would never hurt me, he would never hurt her, never hurt our babies, and he hasn't. He promises to deliver, he's delivered. Now with Kat, I've made Kat laugh. I've made Weller cry. Over the last year, I can tell you, everything I told your dad about you, I tell you, but I don't want your head to be too fucking big. But I love you, brother, and you're a man. When I met you, you're a boy, you're a fucking man. Chandra, I didn't know you real well. Now I know you very well. Not only do I know you, but I love you. I love you because you love my boy. You love all of us. You give it your heart and soul. You take care of him. And you saved both of us from cirrhosis because we were drinking each other to death. And I remember one moment in particular, it was in December, and I was having a shitty fucking month. And I tried to drink myself to death again, as usual, with Jay. And I woke up and Jay was eating breakfast on the kitchen table. And Jess was talking to him. And you had just left and bought her flowers again because you were drunk and bullish drinking as usual. And I looked at Jess's eye and she goes, I really believe in it. I said, it's really going to happen. One of the baby, it is really happening. I give you the world and I give you the world. And I give you my heart and soul. And I never thought I'd ever have a partner or friends that I could share everything with. Literally, the good times and the bad. So, God bless you all. The sky's the limit. And by God, we're going to toast the fucking colleagues' fucking bachelor party in Air Force One, motherfuckers.
Saved message. When is that retarded friend of yours going to learn that the truth will prevail? And the fact of the matter is, the truth of it is that he is an A1 cunt.
Guilty's rebuttal spills right into the conspiracy he's running with the feds behind the scenes. The landlord he refers to, is the bank president Terry Alexander, who's trying to steal the golf course with Mike Kilty. He says he's not a fraud. Okay. Then he brings Cutthroat Hoganson in, but fails to tell the Bar Association how they are committing fraud for Carol A. Doyle. Rounding out the finish, he throws in the taking advantage of elderly people. Yeah, that's what cocaine, ketamine, and vodka in a public family setting is for. Even with the video, absolutely nothing was done. Nobody helps you when it involves a federal judge. Mike Kilty says $28,000. Federal trustee Robert Fuck You Eggman testified to the judge at trial $11,600. Please take your time on this exhibit. There is no other answer other than the mathematical equation of plus and minus. Getting the wrong answer? It will destroy modern civilization's understanding of how numbers work in combination. This is your last warning. To make a second attempt will only make you dumber than the first.